Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Dania and I will be starting off this presentation with the introduction. So first of all, where is our adrenal glands located? The answer is our adrenal glands is located on top of our kidneys, which means that we have two adrenal glands, as being shown right here in the picture. Next, before we move on to the main contents, let me give you a brief overview of what the adrenal glands will be about. So as you can see here from the cross-section of the adrenal glands, you can see that the outer region is called the cortex, while the inner region is called the medulla. Okay, so in general, the adrenal glands is about 5 centimeters long, 3 centimeters wide, and weighs about 5 grams each. So, what triggers the function of adrenal glands? The answer is stress. Stress here may include any emotional and physical trauma. So this stress prompts the hypothalamus to stimulate both portions of the glands. Both portions here refer to the cortex and medulla. So in response to the given situation, the adrenal glands will secrete certain hormones. For example, the adrenal cortex functions to regulate salt and water balance and secrete small amount of male and female sex hormones. So the next presentation will focus on the functions of adrenal cortex, adrenal medulla, and the diseases related to the adrenal glands. So that is all from me. Thank you.
I am Nurain Najwa binti Muhammad Ghazali with matrix number AS11817. I'm going to continue the presentation for adrenal medulla parts. So what is adrenal medulla? The adrenal medulla, which is the inner part of an adrenal gland, which you can see in the picture below, this is adrenal medulla, controls hormones that initiate the fight or flight response. We're going to discover about it later. Fight or flight reaction or response occur during emergency situations where the hypothalamus sends nerve impulse by way of sympathetic nerve fibers to many organs, including the adrenal medulla. And then, this neurological response to danger quickly dilates the pupils, speeds the heart, dilates the air passages, and inhibits many non-essential bodily functions. Adrenal medulla also secretes hormones, but what are the hormones that adrenal medulla secretes? So these are the two hormones that adrenal medulla secretes. The first one, epinephrine or adrenaline, and the second one, norepinephrine or noradrenaline. I believe we have studied about it in our high school for biology subjects that we already know noradrenaline is the neurotransmitter. Adrenal medulla secretes both hormones which have similar functions into the bloodstream. And then these two hormones continue to respond to stress throughout the body when your body needs additional resources or energy to endure unusual strain. These two hormones are capable of increasing the heart rate and force of heart contractions, increasing blood flow to the muscles and brain, relaxing airway, smooth muscles, and also accelerating the breakdown of glucose to form ATP. However, these effects are usually short-lived, as these two hormones are rapidly metabolized by the liver. So I will pass the next part to the next presenter. Thank you for listening.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Siti Marlisa binti Mahidi. My matrix number is AS11901. So today I'm going to present about what is adrenal cortex and what hormones is secreted. So adrenal cortex is the outer region and also the largest part of adrenal gland. So what is the main function of adrenal glands? Adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex is one of the parts in adrenal glands that is responsible in producing specific hormones. So as we know, adrenal gland has two parts in it, which is the cortex and the medulla, as you can see in the picture that I given in the slide. So, and this is our kidney. So next, adrenal glands are divided into three parts, which is zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, and zona reticularis. What are those specific hormones and its functions? Firstly, is cortisol. It helps control the body use of the fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, suppresses inflammation, regulates increased blood sugar, and also can decrease bone formation. produced by zona fasciculata, and also control the sleep and wake cycle. The second one is aldosterone, which produced by zona glomerulosa, function in regulating blood pressure and certain electrolytes like sodium and potassium in our body, and also regulates the blood pH and by controlling the levels of electrolytes in our blood. So the last one is DHEA and androgenic steroids, produced by zona reticularis and are weak male hormones. So they are precursor hormones that are converted in the ovaries into female hormones, which is estrogens, and it testes into male hormones. Testes.
Next is the disease and conditions of the adrenal cortex. These are two diseases that is related to adrenal cortex. There is first Addison disease that is caused by insufficient secretion of hormones by the adrenal cortex, such as glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids. Next is Cushing syndrome that is caused by tumor that affect either the pituitary gland or the adrenal cortex itself. This causing excess of ACTH secretion. So Addison disease is actually relatively rare, happen, and this is caused by the inappropriate attack on the adrenal cortex by the immune system itself. So because of the insufficient hormones to the body, these symptoms such as dehydration, weakness and weight loss, and hypotension can happen to people that have Addison disease. So this Addison disease have a presence of excessive but ineffective ACTH that will increase the pigmentation of the skin. So as you can see in the picture, this is the pigmentation of the skin that happen because ACTH, like MSH, stimulate the melanocytes to produce melanin. This will cause our skin to become more darker. So next is Cushing syndrome that is caused by tumors at the pituitary gland or the adrenal cortex. So, but this excess of ACTH cause administration of glucocorticoids to treat other conditions such as suppressed chronic inflammation that will give effects of muscle protein to be metabolized and subcutaneous fat is deposited in the midsection. And in women, Cushing syndrome cause excess adrenal male sex hormones. So it will cause masculinization, increased body hair, deepening voice, and beard growth in women. So this is a picture that's showing some of common characteristics of a Cushing syndrome patient. So the condition is more common in women than in men. This is the tumor that often contribute to Cushing syndrome, and a man that is showing some common characteristics such as reddish at the cheek. So some treatment that we can take for this Addison disease is to replace the missing hormones such as glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids. And Cushing syndrome, we can use careful reduction in the amount of cortisone taken, use of cortisone inhibiting drugs, and make surgery to remove any existing pituitary or adrenal tumor. So thank you.
Apa sebenarnya penyebab ataupun macam lifestyle yang jadi causes untuk kerosakan pada adrenal glands ni?
Mostly kat Malaysia ni paling tinggi adalah biasanya pesakit-pesakit yang menghidap kencing manis. Pesakit-pesakit yang mengidap kencing manis, itu yang pertama lah. Sebab biasanya orang yang kencing manis, dia makan ubat kencing manis dengan kadar masa yang lama, bertahun-tahun. So ubat tu membuatkan dia punya saluran-saluran vein dia mengecil, constrict. So itu akan membuatkan kidney akan ada masalah lah. So kidney tak boleh untuk mengeluarkan waste product dalam badan kita.
Tapi ada apa-apa nasihat tak tentang bagaimana cara untuk kita kekalkan kesihatan kelenjar adrenal kita supaya dia sentiasa berfungsi dengan baik? Contohnya daripada segi pemakanan, apa yang kita perlu makan ataupun apa yang kita perlu elak?
Biasanya apa yang kita perlu makan sepatutnya lah, kita makan makanan yang sihat lah. Kita jauhkanlah daripada makanan yang berkarbonat seperti aitin, fast food, and then benda tu yang benda tu pun akan mengakibatkan kita punya kidney akan rosak juga. So biasanya nowadays ramai remaja-remaja yang try ubat-ubat yang terlarang, maksudnya tanpa sertifikat daripada KKM, macam ubat kurus, and then herbal. Sometimes herbal zaman sekarang ni dia banyak sangat campuran-campuran yang tak patut ada dalam pada ubat tu. So biasanya itu yang akan mengakibatkan kita punya buah pinggan akan rosak.